Hello and welcome to Robin's TV Extra Time, where we're going to go through all the action of Bristol City's comfortable 3-0 win against Swansea in the Sky Bet Championship. And to do all that, I've got Tony Thorpe with me in the studio. Brilliant to see you again, Tony. And
Yes.
it's an enjoyable game for the most part. What was your overview of the game?
A comfortable afternoon as an overview for Bristol City. I don't think Swansea offered too much, to be fair. Yeah, you just told me that the stats say that they had 57% of possession and 17 shots, which we're probably going to go and talk about. If you've not come to this game today, that's not the same picture that we saw. You know, they were pretty average and didn't offer a threat at all. Bristol City were brilliant, did their job, gone away with 3 points.
Absolutely. Well, let's look at those stats that you've mentioned there, because you're absolutely right. 56% possession. Expected goals, though, does tell the story because City created much better opportunities. But that 17 shots, 5 on target. I can only really remember one save, really prominent save that Vitek had to make. And if you hadn't seen the game, you would have thought that Swansea were winning this game for the most part. But that certainly wasn't the case.
Not at all. I mean, you look at corners. So Swansea have had more corners, more shots, and the same on Jules 1. That doesn't paint the same picture that I've just been watching in yourself. But the stats are the stats, and this is what people are living, obviously, through their careers these days. And even offsides, that means that they've been in the box quite a few times and they've forced things. But no, not for me today. It was a very poor Swansea performance, but you can't take anything away from Bristol City. Dominant today and deserved the win.
Yeah, they were dominant today. And I mean, the lead performer, for me, from start to finish, was Mehmeti. You know, the first few minutes of the game, he got in some great situations as game. I'm looking at his stats for the season so far: 5 goals, 6 assists in 16 games, which is incredible for someone who plays behind the front line as a 10. And he was outstanding, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pivotal in everything. Bristol City did well today. They got out the blocks really quick, and it was all through Mehmeti creating things. Probably should score here. He'll be disappointed with that because he's obviously within that area. He's the one that you'd want to be there finishing that off. And then he creates this opportunity after this finish here.
Yeah. Well, that's one he should be going through the keeper, shouldn't it?
Yeah, he's just snatched it a little bit and he's done brilliant to get there. So he's created that space for himself. This one here, I think it comes out wide. And he gets a shot off. I think it's him that gets the shot off there. No, it's not, actually. Is that?
Yeah, it's Anis, yeah.
Yes, it is. So he gets the shot off there. Then it's a corner, and then from the corner, we obviously score the goal. And all this was in the first, 4 or 5 minutes?
Absolutely. Let's have a look at the corner because it is about the delivery. But that run of attacks, initiated by Anis, with getting the shots, led to this. And we talked about it, great header from Rob Dickie. It's a brave header from Rob Dickie.
It is a brave header. And like you said, this ball here, he's trying to just drip that into this, that front post, so someone can potentially get a flick on. But it's Rob Dickie that's made that actually. That's a half a chance into a goal, because he's the one that's been brave. He's the one that's had the nudge. But to actually run across his man and then obviously get the flick on, that's a really good goal. And that starts it all off, and they're on the front foot from there onwards.
Absolutely. Well, look, both strikers, and we were really interested in the shape that Gerhard Struber went for today with Sinclair Armstrong and Emil Rees leading the line. And we want to talk a little bit about that relationship and how it worked and how City got up the pitch. And there's a couple of occasions we felt that maybe could have done a little bit better. So I'm going to go through it. I think we've got a couple of clips here. I think the first one is where, City have got good possession. And I think it's Emil Rees who gets the ball here. They see the two of them. Just going to stop it there. Just stop it there. This top. Now that's perfect. I'm just going to. I haven't got it on my screen here actually, but if you see, Sinclair Armstrong is already on his way, and you look at Emil Rees. They got space, and as you play it on, just a tiny bit, and pause it there. Where does he want that ball, Tony?
Well, he wants it inside the 2 centre halves. It's as simple as that for me. If that's Mehmeti in them positions, they're like the number 10. It's actually your 2 centre forwards that are in that position.
Yeah.
If that's Mehmeti or even maybe Twine, they can play that little reverse ball, which he did for the 3rd goal, which we'll see. That's the one where Armstrong's got to be running out to go in, and he's not actually gave Rees any opportunity. He's actually trying to play him outside the picture. Well, when there's space like that, you've got to play inside the picture.
Absolutely.
Because, let's face it, Armstrong's rapid.
Lightning quick. He's up
He's
against
lightning
Burgess.
quick.
Know who you're playing against.
Know who you're playing against and think, right, if I pull you out to go inside here, he's half got to go to then get it through the middle. But that's the understanding of two strikers.
Yeah.
Maybe they've not played together long enough. I know that we mentioned Armstrong's been an impact player. They've not played together. You have got to form that relationship. And maybe in time, sorry, I know you're going to talk about that, maybe
go
in
ahead.
time that will come.
Absolutely. Just on that clip there, I mean, that is a great opportunity for him to. I mean, you like that because he's tried to make something happen from nowhere. And just pause it there. You see Scott Twine there. And what we're saying, you look at Sinclair Armstrong, look at his body movement. He's running, but he's not said a word. And you've got to use your voice. And both you and I, we're both loudmouths, weren't we?
Yeah.
We'd be shouting at Scott Twine to turn because then it gets him in. Just by using his voice, say, Scott, turn. And he just turns, and we know what Scott Twine's capable of. He could play that pass between defenders.
Do you know what, Leroy? You're absolutely spot on. And obviously, when you're watching the game live, you don't see these things. But now you've slowed this down. Armstrong's already gone. Well, why is he gone? He's not even got hold of it yet. So basically, you're right. Get him to just get that half a turn, and then I can go.
Exactly.
Why is he going when he's not even got hold of it yet? In the end, I think we give the ball away. But you were shouting him, get it. He's got enough room to get on the half turn there.
Yeah.
As soon as he's got on the half turn, you're right. You can get Armstrong and Reece in then.
Yeah.
But you're absolutely spot on. He just needs that shout.
And those are opportunities because I think we talk about Swansea keeping possession of the ball, but they never got in areas where they either got behind. If you can't get behind teams, you're going to get the ball in space in front of teams, and that's when you've got to get players turned, and that's when you bring your strikers into the game.
Absolutely.
They're important moments in the game.
They're so vital, strikers, when you can get on the half turn, which Mehmeti's shown today. If you can just literally give yourself that half a yard, and that's players that are brave to go and get it in real tight areas. And Twine then that's a perfect example that if you can just get a shout and get on that turned, Armstrong's got the power and pace to get in behind. And that's where you want him. No disrespect to him. He doesn't want it to feet as many times. He wants it in that space in behind, all that grass.
Yeah.
So that's a great prime example of how you show how centre forwards should play and how midfield should be told, get that turn in. And it is about screaming at them.
Yeah, absolutely, and reminding them. He was unfortunate with a couple of the chances. You know, we thought he did everything right in the two opportunities. The first one where he was cleared off the line. Couldn't have done anything really different there. What did you think?
Yeah, we mentioned it when he literally just had the opportunity. You know, we knew that Reece was going to pinch this. Armstrong then obviously decides that's a great first touch, straight across the centre after. If he brings him down, he's done everything right. They're the ones that we mentioned. If he's got 5 or 6 goals, he may find the back of the net. At the minute, things are just not quite happening in front of goal for him. He does everything right here.
Yeah.
And he manages to keep it low, and it's a great strike, actually, Leroy. And you've got to give the centre-half credit because he's obviously got back and cleared it. But no, Armstrong's done everything right there.
Absolutely. But just after that, so you got their second, Emil Reece again. And it comes after a run of attacks because... you know, they kept on giving the ball away, Swansea, and said you kept on mentioning it, City more dangerous when Swansea had the ball and they won it in transition. And it's amazing, when you win it in transition, if you can find the player in space, you're going to create, and that's what City did.
Yeah, they did, yeah. And obviously with the second goal, it's just coming up here now. You know, that's a decent ball out wide, but... You know, obviously Mehmeti's still... I mean, the fullback's giving him, basically saying to him, do you know what, go and cross it. You know, you've got to get tighter than that. You can see the danger and, you know, we don't give him enough credit here. That's a good finish from the centre-forward.
It's amazing. It's Cullen, the 20. He just jogs out and lets him... And then he turns around and lifts his arm. No pressure on the ball. You give a quality player time and space and you'll find a quality delivery.
Well,
and it was a quality delivery.
We're not here to talk about Swansea City, but... Go and sprint out there and give him a decision to make. Basically, what he's saying is, if football was that easy, me and you would still be playing.
Exactly.
You know, nobody's closing him down. And by the way, he's put it in a great area, something that you'd have eaten up all your career. You know, in good areas, go and attack it. And the centre-half's done what he's been told to do, and it is a good finish, tight area, good finish, and it'll do a world of good for the rest of the season, hopefully.
Absolutely. So one of the centre-forwards got on the score sheet. Armstrong didn't quite get on the score sheet, but again, he had a couple of opportunities in the second half, and again, he's just got to keep going because he did most things right, and not a lot we can pick out from these two opportunities.
Yeah, me and you, we played up front, and we know how difficult it is when you're on a bit of a barren run. That's a great run from Armstrong. You know, he's had a strange afternoon, second half excellent, and he's kept that down. It's a great run. He's onside. He's swiveled on it, kept it low. It's a very good save by the goalkeeper. Yeah. But you know, me and you were crying out for Armstrong to get on the end of to get on an end of a chance like that. But we can't be overcritical with him there. He's done everything spot on. Absolutely.
And this one, again, it's Anis Mehmeti with a lovely pass out to him. And again, he's in space. And he's right, be selfish. You know, don't look for a pass there. You're one-on-one with the defender. Be selfish. Yeah, a bit unfortunate, couple of feet over the crossbar. But, I mean, what's your message to Sinclair Armstrong after that performance?
Yeah, I'm really happy with him, and we spoke in great depths before the game. We want him to add goals to his games because he offers you everything else. You know, his work rate's good. He's a trier. You know, and you're half wishing him to get on the end of some things. Mehmeti's not helped him so much there because what Mehmeti's done, he should be running around him, and he's ended up running into his space, which he got half a yard. You know, if he hits the target there, we wouldn't be moaning, but it will come for him. He's just got to. It's on the training pitch.
Yeah.
You know, every single day of the week, just keep doing it, keep it in the empty nets, and it will come.
Yeah, but he's getting the opportunities, and that's a real step up from where he was, because he wasn't even getting the opportunities. But someone who did get an opportunity when he came off the bench was you, Hirakao. And we said it started with Anis Mehmeti, and it did finish with Anis Mehmeti, because this was all about the assist. We expected him to kick it off the pitch, because at this moment, Sinclair Armstrong was sat on the ground, I think, with cramp. But Anis didn't. He wanted to create another opportunity, and this was the icing on the cake.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of, and I shouldn't be saying this because obviously Bristol City want to keep good players, but you know that pass there, you know, and fair play to you. You know, he's still got to make his run. He's still got to time his run okay. You know, and when you've got a lot of time to run 30 yards, then them chances are hard.
Yeah.
It's when you've not got so much time and you finish, it's a bit easier. But this turn here,
Brilliant.
that turn there, we said Premier S, and that ball. You know, and like you said, it's his third assist of the game. He's got 5 goals, 6 assists. He's having a very good season, and he could be the catalyst of where Bristol City go this year.
Absolutely. And another great assist from Anis Mehmeti. I sort of talked to him earlier in the week, and he said he had aspirations to play internationals for Albania, and obviously they played England. He wasn't picked. Let's hope they don't kick him, because he was lovely and fresh. He's playing the best football, I think, of his Bristol City career. As I said, 5 goals, 6 assists in 16 games. Man of the match by quite a stretch for you.
Yeah, it seems like the manager's given him licence to pick up in those little square pocket holes and create things. A bit like what you said at the start of the programme. Tony, when we brought you back, when you were going to go on loan, we just wanted you to do your job. It looks like the manager's got his arm around his shoulder and said, tell you what, young man, you just keep doing what you're good at. You know, we'll worry about what's going on in that end of the pitch. You keep creating opportunities for us. 6 assists, 5 goals already. 15, 16 games gone. He's having a season of his life, and let's hope it continues.
Well, Tad, it's been a pleasure. It's been 20 years since I last said that to you. I'm going to say it to you. Just keep doing your job. You're doing all right. We've had a lot of fun. And Bristol City fans have had a lot of fun. It's been a really good day. Fantastic 3-0 win at Ashton Gate. The next game, Wrexham away. Can they back it up with another 3 points in North Wales? Well, we'll find out here on Extra Time. For now, goodbye.